הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יא לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יא לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יא לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יא לה 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 לה, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Shabbat Shalom. We are going to join together, setting our intention for this morning on page 170. 170. May my life be one link in a chain of goodness. As I say the prayers of my ancestors, help me to recall their devotion and faithfulness, their joy and suffering which are in every word. Holiness is my heritage. May I be worthy of it. May our tradition live in me and pass from me to generations I shall never know, enriched by the truth that I have found and the good deeds I have done. So may I fulfill my task on earth and receive my blessing. And when the service ends and the prayers have ceased, help me to bring their spirit into the world in which I live. May I love God above all and my neighbor as myself, and be a living witness to the truth that never changes. We turn to page 172, singing Ma Tovu, and this is the family-friendly service, so lots of shakers if you need. We have more, but we can sing. If you feel like getting up and dancing, you can get up and dance. We are here to celebrate Shabbat together. On page 174, Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi, my God, the soul you have given me is pure. Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi Tehorai, Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi Tehorai, Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi We continue on page 180 as we think of the things that we are supposed to do in this world, and we join together. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. We join together on page 195. We rise for Baruch Hu. We join together in Yotzer Or on page 196 as we revel in the sunlight coming through our stained glass windows this morning. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart together, bringing light to the eyes, more welcome than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift, is words. As I bring my words forth from silence, welcome them, you who redeems the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. On page 200, we join together singing Shema.
Join me on page 201 for V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al vavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam lehot hayadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim leroechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti atchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem emet.
On page 203, we join together as we prepare to sing Mi Chamocha, rejoicing in our freedom. Sing the song of men and women, join in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Page 204, Mi Chamocha. This is when we should really be dancing and using our shakers and thank you, and joining and smiling and being happy.
Ya bye bye bim bidi bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ya bye bye bim bidi bum, ya bye bye bim bum. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bim bum. Mi chamocha, vayri Adonai, mi chamocha, nenar b'chodesh, norat tehila, aseh pele, norat tehila, aseh pele, shira chadasha, shibechu geulim, l'shimcha, azavat hayam, yachad kulam hodu v'himlechu v'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Ya bye bye bim bidi bum, ya bye bye bim bum, ya bye bye bim bidi bum, ya bye bye bim bum. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bum. Shor Yisrael, kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, uvedech in yomecha, Yehuda b'Yisrael. Go aleinu, Adonai tzivot shemot, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
We rise for the Amidah beginning on page 205.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot v'imahot, U'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav ve'Hoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim, U'mortir asurim, U'mekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, U'mido melech, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'motzmiach page 208. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי ברום, ככתוב ביד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני במקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור אגיד קורלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated unless you want to stand up and dance as we sing Vishamru on the bottom of page 210.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת לא ינפש, שבת לא ינפש, שבת לא ינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
So we get to the point in our service where we think about the things that we are thankful for, even if it means that they're being loud. And we take a moment, so every kid should go back by your parent. Every kid should go back by your parent as mine run away from me. All right? Will you guys go back by your mom? And everybody who's here is going to have the opportunity to turn to someone near them And kids, you're gonna talk to your parents and you're gonna say what you're thankful for. And parents, you can tell your kids too. And we think about what we are thankful for. Okay, so we are going to have some time for us to read a story. So if you would like to come forward, be closer to the story, Cantor Berlin is going to pass out some lollipops if your parents let you have it. And if you are the adult with your party, you can decide if you would like to have a lollipop. And we're gonna pass out the lollipops, and the rule is, if you have a lollipop, you have to sit on the floor to listen to the story.
Hello. We're going to read Stone Soup with matzo balls. Some people say that Helm is a village of fools, that it may or not be true. You can decide for yourself. Listen to what happened one Passover, right before sundown. A poor, ragged stranger arrived and changed the village forever. You know what we say at Passover, the stranger proclaimed. To the people in the square, all who are hungry, come and eat. He looked around hopefully. The people of Helm all looked around too, hoping someone would invite this hungry stranger in for the Seder. We hardly have enough food for ourselves, moaned Fagel. It's been a long winter, groaned Lila. Do your belly a favor and go to the next town, Shmuel pointed the way. Everyone nodded, but the stranger wouldn't budge. No food, he said. He shrugged. Don't worry, and pulled a stone from his pocket and held it up. I can make the most delicious matzo ball soup with this. All I need is a big cooking pot. Impossible, exclaimed the people of Helm. We're not fools. We know it takes more than a stone to make matzo ball soup. Everyone knows you also need water. So Mendel and Yonkel ran and got the biggest pot, sloshing full of water. Meanwhile, the stranger made a fire. He placed the pot over the fire and dropped the stone. Soon the water was boiling. Jens peered in. I don't see any matzo balls. You expect miracles to happen in seconds? Asked the stranger. First, I need a ladle. So Yenta hurried and got one. The stranger dipped the ladle in the pot. He poured a little into his cup and took a sip. Ah, he rubbed his belly. For me, a poor stranger, this is delicious. But he looked around, for the good people of Helm could use a little salt. No problem, Golda raced home and brought back a salt shaker in no time. The stranger sprinkled salt like there was no tomorrow. He took another sip. Now this is good enough for a king, but not good enough for the people of Helm. You don't happen to have any onions in this town? You think we're uncivilized? Of course we have onions. Moshe sent the children racing home. They hurried back with enough onions to make you cry for a week. Maybe 2. Before you could blink, the stranger had a mountain of chopped onions. He dumped them in the pot and said, "Here in Helm, have you heard of garlic?" You think we're fools? Of course we've heard of garlic. Azadel sent the children rushing home again. They hurried back with enough garlic to choke a horse. Maybe 2. The stranger hummed as he dropped the garlic in the pot. I suppose carrots are too common for the people of Helm. Too common? Bah, cried Yassel. Feet are common too, but does that mean we don't use them? Don't be foolish. In Helm we use our feet and our carrots. And so it went. Carrots, celery, chicken. What a soup! Yenta narrowed. Don't think we know what you're doing. She shook her finger at the stranger. What do you mean? The stranger stopped stirring. You said you'd make matzo ball soup from a stone, Yenta stood, tiptoes on so she could glare him in the eyeball to eyeball. You think we're fools? She cried. Of course not, said the stranger. Yenta put her hands on her hips. Then where are the matzo balls? What a wise woman, the stranger. I almost forgot. This stone of mine makes the best matzo balls in the world. So big and heavy, they sit in your belly like rocks for the 8 days of Passover. Guaranteed you won't need to eat for a week. I'll get them going right now. Wait, exclaimed Rivka. Don't you know in Helm? Don't you know we make the best matzo balls so light they can almost fly? Impossible, said the stranger. I've never met people like you, so wise and clever, and you can even make matzo balls. The very best. The woman hurried home, and soon dozens, no hundreds, of matzo balls were plopping into the pot. The soup bubbled away, and everyone in Helm gawked. Amazing, that's some stone. The rabbi stroked his beard and nodded. A miracle, right before our eyes. The stranger tried another sip. Now this is good enough for the people of Helm. It took 4 men to lug the pot into the synagogue, the only place everyone would fit for the Seder. What a Seder, plenty of wine and grape juice, pile of matzah, and enough horseradish to make your toes curl for a week, or maybe 2. When it was time for the meal, the stranger stood up. He clanged the ladle against the soup pot. Good people of Helm, I have something important to say. And a hush fell over the room. The stranger spread his arms wide and proclaimed, all who are hungry, please come and eat. Some say the people of Helm are all fools, but that Passover, everyone had a full belly, even the poor stranger. Now what's foolish about that? Shabbat Shalom, everybody. You're still eating your lollipops, stay where you are. Don't worry. We're just going to keep going.
We are not going to read another book. I wish. But just one for today. Great question. So we'll stay here. Those of you who are sitting here, we're going to stay here. And we're going to think. Your paper's on the ground. Spice with them. See it? Oh, okay. So wrap it in that, please. So we are the joys. So we think of all of those who are in need of healing, those who are in need of healing of mind, of body, and of spirit. And we join together in the words of Misha Berach, which can be found, no, not the right song, dude. Not yet, please. On 253, if you're joining us online, the names are on your screen. If you are joining us in the sanctuary, if you picked up an order of service, the names are there. Page 253. Amen. We rise together on page 283 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We turn to page 291, and we're going to put down all of our shakers. Trevor, that includes you. All of our shakers while we do our mourner's blessing, our meditation, and then go into mourner's Kaddish. Page 291. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Our thoughts turn now to those in our community and extended community who have died at this time in years past. As we mark their yard sites, we remember them. We remember Richard Appel, James A. Balcazar, Rosalie Cookie Belinsky, Anita Crystal Buckbinder, Philip Cooper, Joe Davis, Sarah Demetman, Shayna Dorn, Yolanda Edelman, Felice Evans, Albert Farkas, Vera Fisher, Joseph Gilreath, Herbert Given, Julian Glass, Marilyn Goldberg, Irving Goldman, Alan Greenberg, Eugene Hankin, Eddie Hinojosa, Yardena Baum-Hockman, Sue Holland, Carol Horwitz, Lorenzo Iacano, Jack David Jacobs, Ruth Joseph, Dorothea Karen, Jerry Kelfer, Charlotte Kish, Morris Klein, Edfried I. Lemson, Julio Levy, Michael Levy, Betty Lieberman, Toby Loss, Bill Matisoff, Irving Matisoff, Bertha Feldman Moss, Gail Modelson, Etta Nathan, Molly Perchikoff, Ada Phillips, William Podorzer, Fanny Pollock, Charles Prager, Tobias Rakobi, Michael Reagan, Joan Reichert, Henry Ricklin, Jacob Rosenberg, Sam Rosenstein, Samuel A. Rubenstein, Sydney Shanefield, Nancy Belden Sherman, Lawrence Silverstein, Jerry Simon, Sam Sinkin, Seema Steinberg, Stanley Stone, Darylis Sweet, Clifford Temple, Selma Weiner, Ralph Zork. To these names we add those who've been laid to their eternal rest in the past 30 days, whose friends and family are in a mourning period of Shloshim. We remember Maxine Mackey Collins Carr, Francis Goodman, James Fott, Steve Neil Alweiss, Lydia Porter, Carol Feld, Bonnie Markey Place, Ann Barshop, Kathy Menger, and Ken Gregory. We also think of one who has been laid to their eternal rest this past week, whose family is in a mourning period of Shiva. We remember Stanley Friedman, father of Mark Friedman and Janice and Doug Sieferling, grandfather of Sarah and Josh, and great-grandfather of Ava and Finn. To all of these names, we add those which are in our hearts each and every day, as we turn to page 294, rising together as one community for Kaddish Yatom. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'chayei rechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'yizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulmei almaya, yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha brichu, Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. Our closing song is Bim Bam, and I would love for all of the kids to come up with their shakers and join me up here. That includes the Jurgens. Come up here, all the kids up here. Bim Bam. Shabbat Shalom. On your way out, you'll bring your shakers back over to the basket. If you are a family, you're going to join us in the bar shop for a lunch. Shabbat Shalom.